everyone, it's Lexi, and today I'm going to be doing like a review and discussion of Cress by Marissa Meyer. And for those of you who have not read this book, I recommend that you click out of it because this will be a spoilery discussion and I don't want to like spoil anything for you. So yeah, let's get started. To start off, I think I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars. It's definitely my favorite of the series. Like, I love Cinder, but this beats it. It was so good. And I was a little worried because I did not like Scarlet at all. Like, it was, the only saving grace were like the Cinder parts of it, but this is definitely made up for that. Like, it was like 10 times better than Cinder and like a million times better than Scarlet. And I think a big part of it was that Scarlet was not in it very much. I know, like, I did not like her, like, especially in the end of Scarlet, where she's like, this is all like Cinder's fault and she should be ashamed and turn herself in. Like, I don't know, like, I do not like her character at all, and thank goodness she was kidnapped for being like stupid, and like she doesn't think things through and she paid the consequences for it. So thank goodness for that. I really loved Cress. I felt like she was a much stronger character than Scarlet, and she does have her quirks. Like, I found her to be she's not brave all the time, and I think that's a good thing, but she's kind of like scared of like the outside world, but then like because of the satellite falling and all that, like she rises to the challenge, and I think that's what matters. And we do see how strong she's become. She's spent basically her whole life in this satellite, and now she's doing all this stuff, and I feel like she's just a great character. She's funny. I love her like commentary and like just all the things, and especially like her and Thorn, like they're so cute together. I love, like, Thorn is probably one of my favorite characters from the series. He's so funny, and like how Cinder and Thorn were always bicker, but I definitely really love him and Cress together. I think they really complement each other and just kind of, they make each other better, and I think that's really is important. I really like Cinder's growth in this book as well. Like, you can see, like, in last book in Scarlet, she's kind of struggling with like all this, and now that she kind of has her band of misfits helping her, I think that helps a lot. I find it interesting how she didn't really, when she went to go kidnap Kai and he was like refusing to like go with her, why she didn't tell him that she was like the missing princess and all that. Like, I feel the fact that she doesn't advertise it to everyone, it shows a true, like, shows how different she is from Levana, because she doesn't necessarily want to be in this position of power. And like how we kind of see her struggle with using her lunar powers, especially in the part where she kind of like tortures Cybele, and how she's like scared because she kind of enjoyed it, and how she kind of like struggles not wanting to be like Levana. She doesn't want to be like her, and how she's kind of finding that like using her lunar powers, kind of, she can understand why Levana is who she is, because it is tempting for her to do it, and I think that's good to see. I'm so surprised that like Kai was not able to figure out that Cinder was the missing princess, because I feel like if someone like we know that Princess Lean like escaped the fire, but it would seem obvious that she would have some like scar tissue or like missing limbs, and like Cinder is like the perfect picture. She's lunar, she's part cyborg. Like, I feel like that's pretty obvious, but eventually I feel like that'd be obvious, but he knows now at the end of this book, and that's all that matters. I still feel like Wolf is really an irrelevant character. Like, he doesn't have very many talking parts. Like, I don't feel like he needs to be there necessarily. Like, he doesn't talk at all. The only part he was kind of helpful in is when they're breaking into the castle. But other than that, like, I still feel like he's irrelevant as well. But I think like my favorite parts of these books were just like when everyone was together on the ship, just kind of their commentary with each other, especially Thorn and Cinder, as I already said. But like, I really like kind of like the band of misfits, and just kind of like that, you know, going about doing their thing, saving the world. So, and I definitely like the part where Cress and Thorn were stranded in the desert. I feel like that's where we got to see a lot of character growth, not only for Thorn, but for Cress as well, and how originally Cress thought like he was flirting with this other girl, but he was only trying to win that like escort android for Aiko. And I just thought that was really nice how Aiko is always like, she wants to have like this nice body for herself, and how Thorn was thinking about Aiko as well. And just like how when Cress was kidnapped, he like he went all this way to find her, even though he's kind of like partially blind, how he was still able to do that. And I think that shows how much Thorn cares about Cress, even though he won't really necessarily admit it. And I really enjoy the Aiko parts as well. I think she's like kind of the comical relief for like the series, and I think that's good. I like how they kind of she's no longer kind of like the ship now. She kind of has her own little body, and she's doing her thing. She's involved in this, and I feel like, yeah. So I was really worried though, like when they said like when they were fighting Cybele, like she kind of got like her throat ripped out, but we know at the end though that Cinder's fixing her, so hopefully she'll be okay, or they'll find her like another body. But I definitely think Aiko will be in the last book as well. And I feel like with Dr. Erland being Cress's father, I feel like that wasn't much of like a big reveal, because if you remember back in Cinder, he talks about something about his crescent moon being like a shell and all that stuff, and we know Cress is a shell, and Cress is very similar to Crescent, so I feel like that part was pretty obvious. I think that was like kind of the only thing. Like I feel like a lot of like the reveals in this are kind of somewhat obvious, but I found it interesting how he wasn't able to tell her that he was her father until basically he was dying and it was too late. But I don't know, I'm kind of see how that kind of impacts Cress, because she couldn't say I love you back because she never knew him, and I wonder how that's going to impact her kind of in the future and her development and all that, and to kind of learn all the stuff that he took a part of in Luna. So yeah, I'm interested to see how this fans out. I love how we're kind of given like a preview of winter as well, and I'm just kind of like, those parts were really weird. I'm like almost on Ferris now, and I'm like, I can see how like they connect, so you kind of see that connection as well with like the sour apples and all that. But yeah, I'm interested. I feel like winter is going to be a lot different than the characters we've seen so far, and I'm really excited. I really hope, I've kind of heard, I haven't heard many reviews about winter, so I'm excited to jump into it after I'm done Ferris. So yeah, so that's it guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and let me know in the comments below what you felt about it as well. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye guys!